Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another Love After Lockup review. Hashtag Life After Lockup. Just a whole bunch of everything after you got out of jail, okay? This the review for episode 41, 42, whichever one it is, okay? The 5 millionth episode of season 2 of Love After Lockup. Okay, hashtag Life After Lockup. Why do we have to have all of these different names? Why do we have to have all these different episodes? Why don't we ever go into a third season? Were there this many episodes? The first season? What is going on? Like, is it just me? Am I babbling on and just acting like a crazy person? Or do y'all understand my strife when it comes to WeTV and Love After Lockup? You know, like, why do we have to change the name and all that type of foolishness? Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this, okay? So, Laci. Oh, my God. So, Laci in her 1997 nails get in the car and go to Jean's to see what's going on with him because she's really, really worried, okay? And she's worried because Jean has a history of drug use, and he was texting her that, you know, he was really hurt and his heart was hurting because he missed her so much. So she leaves Shane, her husband, okay, 20-something years old, alcoholic, losing his mind in their new little house, okay? She leaves him so she can go run behind Jean. Oh, my God. So she gets to his house. Oh my God, John's not here. So then I thought hospital, jail. So she gets on the phone and she starts to call the neighboring jailhouse and hospital. She calls the jailhouse first and she finds John. He's been arrested on a DWI and he had drug paraphernalia in his car. Okay? Stuff that sounds like, oh boy, is back on dope. All right, no weed pipes, as they like to call them. Oh no, we talking about spoons and foil. So then she starts to cry. Oh my God, like she drops her phone and like starts to cry and be so distraught. And I'm just kind of like, ain't this the reason why you not with him right now? Is because everything is so tumultuous and extra and tiring with him? Isn't that the reason why y'all aren't together right now? But you're worrying about what's going on with John instead of worrying about what's going on with Shane. Like, it just... Yo, Laci works my everlasting nerve. So Shane is having a drink with one of his homeboys while all of this is going on, okay? Just becoming an early set alcoholic from getting out of jail and having to deal with Laci and her extraness, okay? Now, homeboy got one teardrop under the eye, so you know how serious things gets around these pods. He tells him that he needs to learn how to bob and weave when it comes to Laci, okay? Sometimes you get with these women and you have these, you know, crazy love affairs with them, but you got to learn how to, you know, bob and weave with them because they throw all kind of craziness at you and you just got to learn how to deal with it. But Shane is just getting out of jail. It hasn't even been that long and he's already gotten married and gotten himself into a three-way situation with a crazy old plastic bitch. It's too much going on for this man to have just gotten out of jail. Point blank, period. But you know what? He's whipped. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do about it? Nothing. Shake our heads. So Sarah and all of her baby mama attitude, what's up? Goes to Cezanne with a family lawyer, okay? She already got her divorce proceedings going through, but she needs to find out her rights. Basically, she's there because she wants to see if she can keep Michael from getting any type of real custody of their kids because she doesn't want any of his hoes around her children. Let's be real. Let's be honest. That's what this is about. You don't want him to come and get one of your kids and go on a long road trip to go see one of daddy's girlfriends who's sending him money via PayPal and Cash App. We understand, Sarah. You don't want him coming into y'all situation and upsetting everything, all right? Now, last episode, Sarah found all the evidence, okay? She found all the Cash App and PayPal receipts, all the text messages, all the phone records. She got everything. Okay? And Michael is out here acting like he isn't making any money, which means the court can really ask for a minimum of $25. $25. That's all they could ask for because he doesn't have a job. So to find out now that you done brought in about $1,200 in 1 month via these, you know, old ladies that you telling you love on Instagram and all of this other stuff. Sarah feels like she's entitled to the ducats because where is the cash app to Sarah? She didn't see it. Okay? And she's doing everything for those kids by herself since day one. All right? So she just wants to make sure that he can't just come in and disturb shit. And I get that, Sarah, but at the same time, I feel like there's all this, look what he does to me, and not look at how I got pregnant a second time for somebody who not only was going in and out of jail with, a rough ponytail and a big forehead and looking 20 years older when he came out, but he also cheats on you, gets money from other women and doesn't share it with you, doesn't pick up the phone when your daughter calls, and then treats you like trash, like you did something to him when you confront him about his lies. Girl, Sarah, do what you gotta do. I can't even really be mad at you. I feel like you dumb. Okay? But so is everybody else on this damn show. Sarah says it's been a few months since Michael has seen his kids. And that's because he's all on the road going to see all of the different females that he's been talking to while he was incarcerated. He has to go on a tour and pick up money from all of these various women. Just low down and dirty. And can't even put on a clean wife beater and put that ponytail into something neat. Where's the moisturization? Oh, Miage, my nigga. Get some Cantu, something. Work it out. Work it out. So, y'all, we pop over to Megan and Michael. Michael is in his hotel room, very sick, and Megan shows up to take care of him. But she also showed up to take this opportunity to look through his cell phone to find out what he's been hiding. So he's laid up in the bed, and you're thinking that he's passing out, but oh no, he felt it in his soul that somebody was trying to get into his phone. It was almost like he had a chip inside of him that started to beep as soon as she started to put in the code, and it wasn't right, okay? But she couldn't get in his phone in enough time for, him not to realize it was gone. You like, Megan, what you doing with my phone? And she was like, oh, I was trying to use it because I'm trying to see what you got in there. And he like, nah, why you being sneaky? Why you couldn't just ask me? You being sneaky just like you was being sneaky with my homeboy. And it's like, oh boy, stop. Oh boy, stop. I know you did not just bring that up like that's the same thing. First of all, you didn't have a whole wife this entire time. And there's some other females that you talking to that we don't even know about, that we ain't even seen yet. So for you to be sitting up here trying to act like Megan being sneaky is some type of perpetration, boy, if you don't get out of my face with this, go put some moisturizer on your dry ass ponytail and stop playing with me with this. Y'all was sorry. I'm sorry. Let me pull it back. I was annoyed because I'm like, how dare you, okay? So then the homeboy shows up. Yes. For some reason, the homeboy has shown up, okay? And Megan is like, what he doing here? Because, Megan is uncomfortable. But Megan has stuck to the same story that all she did was kiss the homeboy. Well, guess what? Michael and the homeboy go outside, smoke a cigarette, have a conversation man to man. And Michael is like, it's best for you not even to say nothing, okay? Because then it's going to turn into something else. It's like, are you really trying to tell this man that you going to whoop his ass? If you was going to whoop his ass, that would have happened already. You did something with your girl while you was in jail. Do something about it if you're going to do something about it. What is we having conversations and smoking cigarettes and getting all big in the chest for? I'm not saying you pull, but I'm just saying what you about to do. Like, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? Either way, I guess he was trying to get to the bottom of it because they have this conversation because he's like, you my homeboy and I go in jail and you messing with my old lady. So that's all you did with her? That's all you did is kiss her? And he was like, look, bro, I had feelings for her. Like, basically telling Michael, you played that girl. You know you ain't right. I had feelings for her. And things, happen from one thing to the next. Things kind of sort of happen. So it was almost like he was insinuating that they slept together. So now Michael is like, oh, so y'all slept together. Okay, bet. Michael says, well, she in the room, go get her. She in the room, go get her. And this is him trying to prove to his friend that, oh, you may have feelings for her, but she mine and she don't want you. And even in this situation, she gonna run behind me. She ain't gonna run behind you. That's what Mike was trying to tell his homeboy. And his homeboy was like, what you mean? I already got her. Mike didn't like that. So then they get in each other's face and then he mushed him. I was like, man, y'all ain't trying to fight. Like, get out of here with this. You been in prison and you mushed him. You ain't trying to fight, homeboy. Like, stop with this. Stop with this. Son really won't be on Love and Hip Hop. That's all it says. Nigga felt like he was scrappy from the first season of Love and Hip Hop and put the pause on him. That's what he felt like. Well, guess what? That's not what we saw. Sad. Y'all, Josh and Sheryl are back. I don't know why. Sheryl is crazy as hell and Josh needs to deal with his own issues before he can take on her and all her extraism. But you know what? She's on the phone with him. They've, gotten back intertwined via text message and phone calls ever since she went back home to Texas, and they've reconnected. So now, instead of going with her parents, where she was supposed to be going, she's going to go and help him and move in with him, I guess. I was confused about that, but she was like, yeah, I'm going to go and help Josh. And of course, her sister, the corrections officer, who never saw it for Josh because she just don't like the inmates, she's feeling like her sister is making another stupid decision running behind Josh when Josh has like $120,000 worth of restitution to pay back, okay? And you about to work yourself to the bone for a man that ain't bringing nothing to the table, really. Not really. He may be a nice guy. You may enjoy his company, but you have children, and you go and drop your kids off so you can run behind some man who just got out of jail who ain't got nothing to offer you and your children. I don't have time for Sheryl. Because Sheryl sit up there and act like she got some sense and she done been through it and got it up out the mud. And that's why she can say what she can say today with such conviction. And I'm just like, man, miss me with all of that. Because at the end of the day, you still making decisions like somebody that hasn't learned from any of the things they've been through. Like, your energy suck, and please stop smoking them cigarettes. You're already thin. It's not healthy looking. It's very scary. Get that together. Moisturize. Get a regimen popping. Bitch, watch some YouTube videos. I don't know, Sheryl, but there are so many other things you could be doing that would be better to your life than running behind Josh ass. And it ain't no shade to Josh. I like Josh. I really do. But you doing too much. Y'all, Tracy and Clint, bro. I don't know why y'all decided to do this to us. This was depressing and sad. So, y'all, Tracy is back in jail. They got him with one of these heavy vests on that you wear when you go and get x-ray at the dentist office, and they put that heavy that's what it looked like, y'all. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's about. Okay, but either way, she has an eating disorder. Half her head is shaved off. It's the picture we saw. We saw that mug shot of her when she got arrested before this season, took a break in real time. And so she got arrested when she and Clint were in a car sleeping in a parking lot. And they made it seem like, oh, we were just coming in town to hang out with some family members. We did our thing. And then instead of getting a hotel room, we decided to sleep in the car and then drive back up early in the morning. Really what they were doing is getting high in a car. And the police knocked on the door and pulled Clint out. And Clint had a pipe on him. He said it was a weed pipe. Okay, but I'm just like, Clint, you don't look like a weed high type of person, to tell you the truth. Not by itself, anyway. Maybe with embalming fluid in it, but yeah, I don't know. Y'all don't look like y'all got enough money to have cocaine. So yeah, I don't know if I believe that. But the only reason I do believe that Clint probably only had marijuana on him is because they let him out of the jail quicker than Tracy. But also Tracy has hella records. And Tracy was probably out on probation. So her getting caught up again is probably why she's still in jail. But she had meth on her and she was knocked out. She must have been like really zooted out because she didn't realize what was going on until it was too late to hide the pipe. So yeah, Tracy in jail for some meth, and she was crying and everything. And I thought I was going to be able to make fun of them, but this is just sad, y'all, to be honest. It's really terrible. And all I could think about is, I don't know who messed Tracy up as a kid, but somebody messed Tracy up as a kid. Like, that's how I see it. So Marcelino and Brittany, y'all. Brittany has a messed up relationship with her mother. Okay, apparently her parents were alcoholic drug addicts. And to give you an example about how terrible they were as parents, Brittany used to collect quarters when she was a kid, and she loved collecting quarters. She had gotten her a few books full of quarters collected. She come home from school one day and all her quarters are gone because her parents have taken her quarters so that they can go and get themselves some alcohol. Yes, the beginning of, emotionally and mentally destroying your children. Thank you for this, okay? Like, we watch these things sometimes to see what's going on. What's the shits? You know what I'm saying? Giggles. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too deep. This is deep. These drug issues are deep, y'all. Going in and out of jail for robbing banks, petty crimes, all of that, that's one thing. But to see people having a constant back and forth battle with staying sober, and what happens when they don't stay sober, and Tracy's situation, Brittany's childhood, that shit is just hella sad. I just want to put that out there. okay, and say that on this review. I ain't just out here giggling at these people's, hard lives and all of that. This is terrible. But either way, Brittany's mom is coming in town, okay? Her sisters are there as well. They all spend some time together. The mama gets to see the baby. Also, unfortunate situation is the mom is coming up off of getting 80% of her body burned in a house explosion. They had a gas leak. She was house sitting. The house blew up. That's the story that they telling, okay? I'm just saying, But either way, mama's clean. But Brittany is still having a hard time dealing with the things that happened in her childhood because of her mother. And she feels like her life would have been much easier and she may have made better decisions had her parents showed more care and interest in their children. And that is a very honest assessment. And I feel like it's probably something that she's coming to now because she has so many children of her own that she's dealing with on a daily basis. So yeah, they have that conversation. She gets emotional about it. And her mom gets emotional about it because, of course, her mom feels like crap. Like, of course you feel like crap. You should feel like crap, okay? Did we also notice how there's the one black sister? Like, that's not that it's weird, blended families having different, ethnicities or races or whatever, inside their family dynamic. It's great. It's beautiful. It's the rainbow. But at the same time, like, all white sisters and then the one black sister is just kind of like... feels left out. All right, y'all, and Andrea and Lamar. Y'all, Andrea works on my nerves. Andrea is a ditzy bitch, and that works on my nerves. Like, because I feel like she tries to act like she's so smart and so educated. I've shown Lamar better. I've shown Lamar safer. And it's like... no black people isn't safer to a lot of other black people. Like, that's not safe to us. You could have a low crime in your area, but if there aren't a lot of other black people, are the crimes going unreported? Okay? Like, at the end of the day, like, are the black people disappearing? We wonder about these things as colored folks. So the fact that Andrea... has some weird thing where the absence of color is not an issue for her. It just reminds me of people who have some type of mental issue and they just, are too self-righteous to realize they have a mental issue. Her kids are obviously lacking in some type of cultural awareness. Like, it comes off of them. It really does. But they still seem like great kids. Either way, Andrea and Lamar argue about this lack of diversity, okay? And why he doesn't want to live in Utah. He's also off parole, so he's a free man. They supposed to be having a good time, hot dogs, burgers, grilling, cake, having a good time. But we got to have a conversation about how Lamar ain't too excited to be here in Utah with the, the missionaries and not one black kid amongst any of them. You know what I'm saying? And her feeling like that doesn't matter. She don't want to hear about no diversity when it come to what's best for her children. And I'm like, it's such an ignorant mindset for you to feel like a lack of personal identity as a black person is not important to the growth of your children. I think that is such a terrible thing because ultimately you send adults out in the world who don't really understand who they are and then they have to go figure it out for themselves because it's something that you didn't give them at home, as if cultural identity is of no consequence. It absolutely is, especially in America. So whether they are in Utah or they do something with their lives and want to move other places, they are going to have to realize how they relate as black people in this world. And I feel like at some point or another, your children will feel completely caught off guard and unprepared for how they are viewed in this world when you have only given them the view of, the black kids around all of the white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything doesn't work for everybody. I'm not judging anybody's decision. You know what I'm saying? There are always exceptions to the rule, but ultimately, I don't like Andrea's attitude towards that. I don't like that she made it a big argument talking about, Lamar is in the house talking to Tennyson about it, and you talking, to my son bad about me. And it's like, nobody was talking bad about you, you immature ass bitch, because you want to talk all of this shit about safety and Mormonism, but you get knocked up in jail room broom closets and shit. Like that's, in the Bible or something for you to do that. Like, stop it, Andrea. Stop it. Like, she's just a walking contradiction all over the place. Like, yes, I'm a Christian, but I'm a thought at the same time. I can pray about it and it'll be okay. But God forbid you smoke weed and, live in LA. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Like, I can't stand people like that. It's just so hypocritical and ridiculous. And there's a toxicity attached to your religion. And I don't like that. I don't like how that makes me feel. I'm uncomfortable watching her sometimes, But yeah, y'all, they got into it yet again, because that's all they do is get into it. All right. But yeah, that was Love After Lockup. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. I'll see y'all in the next one.